outwork anyone by observing the Sabbath. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I heard a quote that best captures this, and it was, I can do more work in 6 days than I can in seven. Of course, that means I'm not going to burn out in 6 days if I go hard and then have a rest day. Then if I work 7 days, every day of the week, week in, week out, I'm trying to keep up and, make the most output. It's not going to happen. You're going to burn out. So we need to remember that we're not slaves. God bought us for a price, and we don't need to work 7 days a week. Only slaves work 7 days a week. And we can work 6 days a week, and we are given this day to rest, and we're commanded to rest. And at first, this is a hard thing for our flesh to understand. And so it's a faith builder, because when we think about how are we going to make ends meet if we don't work on the seventh day, or I'm not going to get things done. Well, we need to remember stories like the time when the Israelites are in the wilderness and they're having to eat manna provided by God from heaven. And on the sixth day, he says, you gather as much for this day and for the seventh day, and you'll have enough. But if they don't have faith, if they gather too much, they're going to have too little. And the ones that gathered not that much, they had plenty. So they had faith that this will be enough. And that's what we need to do. And we see it again with the land rest that the Israelites do. So in the 6th year of tilling and working your fields, you're going to have a bountiful crop that's going to give you not only enough for the 7th year, but I think he says 3 years. So you're not only getting provision for the 7th year that you're having faith you'll be provided for, but you're also getting a blessing because you're getting even more than you needed because of your faith. So I think we're seeing that we're getting these blessings, or he's promising these blessings. We're getting this physical rest that there's wisdom in, because you will burn out if you can't. You're getting this spiritual rest because we have so much noise in the world that it's really hard to maintain a good relationship with God in spite of that noise unless we take a step back. And I think one of those benefits of the observing the Sabbath is that you take that day to fellowship, to meditate on his word, be out in his creation, spend some extra time with your family. And when the world says, oh, that sucks that you can't work on Saturday, or when your flesh is like, I can't work on Saturday, I'm not even going to be able to make ends meet if I can't work on Saturday, you need to reframe this and say, no, I get to rest on Saturday. I get to take a break from my job. I get to spend time with my friends and family. I get to spend time in the Word. And if you work hard all week, you'll want the rest. I know that when I was thinking in these like work like mindset, I was thinking I need Saturday to work. But once I shifted and I'm like, well, if I got 6 days, I'm going to put it all down on 6 days. And by the time Friday's rolling around, I am very much looking forward to the Sabbath. And I've seen a huge benefit to my work because I am not burning out. I can sustain a high level of output for a long time. So when you have these thoughts of, oh, I can't do work, or this is such a burden, or someone tells you like this is so unfortunate, just remember another thing. Jesus, or Yeshua, tells us that the Sabbath was made for you. I mean, God created the heavens and the earth and rested as a model for us. And when he rested, not only did he rest, but he sanctified, he set apart that day. The Sabbath is a special day set apart according to Jesus for you. So when Jesus also says that if a father on earth knows to give his son a dove when he asks for a dove and not a serpent, and how much more is your heavenly Father in knowing how to give good gifts? Well, if he says that he made this for you, I think we can trust that this is the best thing for us, and it's a beautiful gift. And that's why I think you will find that you can outwork anyone by observing the Sabbath. So if you like that, subscribe for more. Thanks. See ya.